So by now, I'm sure that you've all heard the news. We are getting new G.I. Joe figures. The company that makes the Fortnite action figures, Jazwares, is actually going to be releasing a line of 3.5 to 4 inch action figures. The new G.I. Joe line, they will be, and my assumption is that they'll be very similar to this. I picked up this figure this morning, and after tax, I've got my receipt right here. After tax, he was $13.88 out the door. So not too sure about the price on them. I would assume that it would be similar. I'm hoping, like right now, everything's up in the air. There's a mobile game out that I've been playing a lot of here recently. Love the mobile game, and I'm wondering if they're going to try and tie some of the figures into the mobile game. But Jazwares will be making G.I. Joe action figures in this scale. And this is what I've seen a shitload of people talk about that they want. They want the 3.5 to 4 inch G.I. Joe action figures, and it looks like we're finally going to get them. So Fortnite, some of the Fortnite figures were very reminiscent of G.I. Joe figures. And another one that I looked at on the shelf today, whenever I picked this guy up, he was actually I think it was about a 6 to 7 inch scale figure. It was very reminiscent of Duke. And I know that in Fortnite you can get G.I. Joe skins. This guy here, his name is Havoc. He looks like Firefly. If we were to change out some of the weapons for this guy and actually give him, give him a couple guns or something, I mean, it would straight up be a Firefly figure. Now at the same time, these figures also look very cartoony. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm both excited and a little bit anxious about getting new G.I. Joe figures from Jazwares, and I want to know like what all they're going to incorporate. What are they going to go with? Will there be a new cartoon series coming out? Will there be a video game? Will there be some game other than the mobile game? Which, if you haven't downloaded, War on Cobra, you need to. It's a lot of fun. I'm in a clan or league or group or whatever with some people from Facebook groups, and we all play. So let's get to it on this guy. Ages 8 and up. Epic Games. Harvest, Snap, and Build. I've never played Fortnite. I don't know like what the gameplay is supposed to be like. But this is Havoc from solo mode, and there's no like on the back of the packaging. There's no information about the figure, like who he is or anything like that. You just have warnings. Product appearance and colors may vary from shown. Jazwares LLC, Sunrise, Florida. 2019 Epic Games. Yeah, I mean, you can go to Jazwares.com, and I haven't done that yet, but I will. And there are other figures available as well in this scale. It shows on the back here. So, contrary to what I typically would do, I'm going to open this guy up and check him out. I'm trying to find the easiest way to do this without causing a bunch of damage, because I actually do want to try and use the packaging. I'm just going to make a slit down the side of the bubble and see if I can get everything out that way. Not nearly enough. So I'll continue along the top. So I've got it opened up here, at least part of the way. So this thin card back, I don't believe there's anything in there. This is just a card. I actually like this packaging. This packaging seems to be considerably more sturdy than the packaging that would just be a card with a bubble on the front. It displays the figure very nicely. So these, if G.I. Joe comes out in packaging like this, I'll definitely open a couple of them to play with them and show you guys on video. But I'll definitely leave them packaged. let's hope that the packaging is like this, because I really do like this packaging. It's very nice. He came with a little fold-out ad type thing here. Oh, okay. So apparently, it, like some of the other figures that I saw, they come with these harvesting tools. You have, hey, you've got a yellow beachhead. Another, where's he at? Another figure that's reminiscent of a G.I. Joe. His name is Raptor. He looks like a yellow beachhead. You got a couple others here that are reminiscent of G.I. Joe stuff already. And then weapons. Are these weapons something that you can like buy separately? Here's a whole sheet of weapons. This is pretty neat. And then backpack accessories. I'm assuming these are the accessories that come with all of the figures. No information. Let's see. This gives you a list of common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary for the weapons. I'm assuming that has something to do with the game. Yeah, it's got to have something to do with the game. I may end up having to play Fortnite just to see what it is and do a screen cap and put that up here. If you all would be interested in seeing some gameplay from the G.I. Joe game, I can start screen capping some of that and go through it as well. I'm actually playing as both G.I. Joe and Cobra. I switch back and forth with the teams a lot, and it's very enjoyable. But back to Havoc. So I don't know what this is. It looks like it interlocks. Well, let's see if we can pop it out here. The packaging is actually like formed around the components, so it looks like this locks in with other pieces, and it doubles as a stand for the figure. Okay, cool. So here's our little tray for him. I'll put him back in there after I'm done here. Joints. Okay, let's talk about the figure and his joints and whatnot. Pretty interesting construction. I'm not sure how this guy goes together. I'm probably going to break him at some point here very soon. But articulation, he has ratcheting joints in his shoulders. And his elbows are jointed, and they also have ratcheting joints. Turn him around here. Looks like there should be articulation in the wrist. Ah, there is articulation in the wrist. Check it out. Yes. Okay. And the wrist also pivots. Excellent. So the head will move. It's another ratchet type joint. You can see in there. And it also looks side to side. Probably on a ball. We're gonna break this guy apart and see what he's made of. So let's see here. As far as the legs go, it looks like there's a plastic T-bar inside his crotch, inside the waist. Yeah, that's a little bit flimsy. I don't like that. That's a little flimsy. The knees are similar to modern G.I. Joe figures. The knee construction, very similar. Very detailed figure, though. His ankles also are jointed. They have a ratchet joint there. That's one of the things about these. Everything's ratcheting. Everything's a ratcheting joint on these guys, so it stays in place pretty much wherever you put it. He doesn't seem loose or anything, so I don't know that he might not loosen up later, but there is a thigh or hip pivot here on both legs, and yeah, your feet, your feet ratchet all the way back like that. Plenty of motion there. A very long range of motion for the feet. And I noticed that on the 6 to 7 inch figure that I looked at in the store, even the toes, the toe of the foot was jointed on the particular figure that I looked at. I really don't like the fact that this one leg is loose like this. This one's tight, and this one's just kind of dangly loose. Like, yeah, you can. I don't care for that. But overall, I would say that the quality is pretty good on these guys. Let's see here. It looks, and again, I'm probably going to break the figure trying to do this stuff, but I want to see how they're constructed. So let's start by popping the head off. Ball and socket joint for the head. You could swap that head out probably with a G.I. Joe head, a modern G.I. Joe head, and be fine. So, and it just pops right back on without any problem. The torso, let's pop him. Well, that didn't take any, it took effort, but it wasn't like a lot of effort. So here's what the torso looks like. It's like a socket down inside there. Oh, okay, so cool. They come apart pretty easy. Here's another piece of the torso, and then you have this socket here. And this is probably molded into the top part of the torso. At least it appears to be that way. And then it just snaps right back down inside. So let's pop a leg off. Or try. Same deal. Check it out. I like the fact that they pop together. And this piece appears to be molded into the waist. Like that. Molded into the waist section. And we'll try to pop it back on. Great. So, I mean, these guys would be great for customization as well. Where you could actually, take these figures apart pretty easy and mix and match pieces of them. Let's see how well he holds his accessory here, his harvester weapon, which looks like a a 4-way lug nut wrench on a metal pipe. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. So I thought I broke his thumb, but his hands are a soft plastic. I just kind of pushed the thumb in a little bit. Let's see if I can manipulate him here. There we go. That works. Looks good. I don't think that thumb's going to break off or anything. I mean, the hands are a pliable material. So I think that if we end up with G.I. Joes that are made like the Jazwares Fortnite figures, I think that we'll be doing pretty good in the aspect of a playable kid's toy. I'll be buying these as an adult collectible, but one of the things that, in my opinion, Hasbro needs to do to revitalize G.I. Joe is to make it a playable kid's toy again. Fortnite figures seem to be selling great. I've got this guy standing on my computer desk right now, freestanding, and he's doing fine. Yeah, with the ankle movement and everything, the ankle articulation. That's the word I was looking for, and I couldn't think of it. Articulation. Yes. So, okay, he has holes in the bottoms of his feet. There you go. Holes in the bottoms of his feet, and
There he is on his figure stand that interlocks with other pieces, apparently. So I may have to get some more of these figures, and if nothing else, I'll buy them, find them on sale or whatever, and yeah, hell, I might just start collecting a bunch of Fortnite figures too. They are cool. I was a little bit hesitant about them at first, but now that I know that Jazwares is going to be making G.I. Joe in this scale, I figured I might as well go ahead and get one. And the construction and everything seems fine. He's going right back in this packaging, like so. I'm going to put his stand back in here if I can. Yeah, I'm actually going to the next, it's probably, I don't know, it's a town about 25 miles from here. I'm going down there for dinner, so I'm going to see if maybe the local Ross has some of these guys on sale. I know a buddy of mine picked up some at a Walmart for $2. But, you know, otherwise, you know, they seem to be selling at my local store. They've expanded the section to include the larger figures. I'll probably end up picking one of those guys up, probably the one that looks like Duke, and we'll talk about him. I also pre-ordered wave 1 of the 6-inch G.I. Joe action figures that are actually coming from Hasbro, which nobody has seen these yet, so that's kind of another up in the air type thing. Toy Fair is coming up. We will have, I'm sure that we'll have some images of whatever is coming out very soon with Toy Fair. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Pick up these Fortnite figures, especially if you find them on sale. They're pretty neat. Definitely stay tuned for the Jazwares G.I. Joe figures. And be sure to hit the subscribe button. Check out some of my other videos. And Yo Joe.